It's an incredibly effective way to boost the average transaction value, and it's a distinct strategy from upsells or experience enhancers that we add during the checkout process. Hey there, Kelsey Toner here, the founder of Guest Focused Tour Business Coaching, where every day myself and our team of experienced tour business coaches are helping you build a thriving, profitable tour business. Welcome to this next video in our series on maximizing your profits as a tour operator. Over the course of these 8 videos, I'm sharing insider tips and best practices from our own tour business coaches on how you can boost your bottom line. In this video, we're covering how to drive more sales and achieve more consistent bookings with the use of bundling and packages. The idea behind bundling is simple. Instead of just selling individual tours or activities a la carte, you create pre-packaged combinations of multiple tours or activities sold together at a discount. It's an incredibly effective way to boost the average transaction value, and it's a distinct strategy from upsells or experience enhancers that we add during the checkout process. We're really looking here at combining 2 distinct tours, activity, or experiences into a bundle that makes sense for your guests. The key here really is to find complementary tours, activities, products, and services. For example, maybe you've got a morning walking tour that could be easily combined with an afternoon food tasting tour, and you could offer a 15% discount if they book both at once. One of the biggest wins here is the revenue uplift that you can achieve. Since guests are already on your website or on the phone purchasing a tour, we don't have to go and spend additional marketing dollars on getting an additional customer there. We're looking to increase that average order value as well as our total sales. Not convinced? Well, look, Peak Pro reported that customers who use their booking software, who started using bundles and packages, saw an uplift of 7.2% increase in their average sales. Some additional benefits here. Bundle packages allow you to expose some of your visitors and prospective clients to tours, activities, products, and services that they just may not have known existed. Maybe they didn't find them on the website. Another perk really is that customers can have this good feeling of feeling like they scored a deal. So it can be a win-win. Let's have a look at some real-world examples. This is Bulldog Tours, and John Laverne has been in business for a long while. So he's one of our contributing coaches here at Guest Focus. And notice that John has a wide variety of different products. He's got ghost tours, he's got food tours, and he's got history tours, all down in beautiful Charleston, South Carolina. So let's have a look at some of the ways that he is packaging these tours. A Charleston Strolls and Savor the Flavors package. Here, we're combining one of his history tours with one of his best-selling food tours. And if we click through, we can land on a tour description or package page where it really breaks down everything that you're gonna get in the Charleston Strolls and the Savor the Flavors package. But notice here, we've increased that average order value up to $122 versus half of that or less if they had booked an individual tour. But let's now appreciate where John and his team took this to the next level. Down in Charleston, there is the famous Fort Sumter. Now, almost every visitor who comes to Charleston, especially Americans visiting from other states, are gonna go to Fort Sumter. So what did John and the team at Bulldog Tours do? Well, they started creating packaged tours with a ticket to this National Historic Site. Let's take a look. So here on their history tours page, we can see the Fort Sumter and Charleston Strolls tour package. And as we click in, you can see that you can combine these 2 iconic Charleston experiences and discover over 300 years of history by land and sea. It's my understanding that you get to take this beautiful paddle steamer out, and as they highlight here in the description, you are going to hear stories and traditions revealing Charleston's rich history, as well as, yeah, look at this, one-of-a-kind tour combo experiencing the best Charleston has to offer on the water and the land. Now, could Bulldog customers actually want to go and buy a ticket separately to Fort Sumter or go through Viator or Get Your Guide? Of course, they have that option. But is that really what's in the best interest of the guest? Here you have all in one, a convenience, the best price possible, and a win-win scenario for both you and your guests. So to make this relevant for you and your tour business, think about what are some of the key attractions or must-see sites, and how can you combine access to those highlights of your destination with some of the unique tours, activities, and experiences that you are at. Sometimes we have to meet people where they're at. On a strategy call recently, I was talking to a Brazilian tour operator who is down in Rio, I believe, and he was talking about how all the tours went to Christ the Redeemer, right? The big statue of Jesus up on that hill. And he was really trying to get people out into the amazing walking trails and jungle paths and having these eco experiences just in Rio's backyard. But he was really struggling to get traction. And so one of my recommendations was, let's think about how you can package a couple of tours together. Now, ideally, these are your own products and services, but sometimes we need to meet people where they're at and recognize that they are there to see some of the iconic sites. And if you can offer that as well as opening their eyes to something that maybe was off their radar, or that might give them a more authentic perspective into the people and places, then that, my friends, is an excellent strategy to pursue. Let's have a look at another example. This is Golden Tours. They're based in London and they help people get out and see some of the sites around the city. These folks are amazing at packaging. Let's have a look at what's going on over on the right side of the page here. This is a Simply Stonehenge tour from London, and you can choose either a morning tour, and you'll see the shopping cart value down here, or I can add the morning tour and Stonehenge augmented reality experience. This is an experience that's offered exclusively at the Stonehenge site, and with one click, I can add this package and have it go right into my shopping cart. Over the last decade, some of their best-selling tours have been Harry Potter London tours. So they can take you out to the Warner Brothers studio, London, to see the making of Harry Potter with transportation included. But notice as we scroll down, hey, are you interested in doing that studio tour with return transport, but also get a ticket to the hop-on, hop-off London bus tour? Well, you can do this for a discounted rate. Now, they do this again and again across their product line, combining them in creative ways. This day trip to Bath by rail with Roman baths or a hop-on, hop-on bus tour, you get to create the package that is most of interest to you. So here's the rail trip to Bath with a hop-on, hop-off. Would you like entry to the Roman baths with that? Or maybe you would also like the hop-on, hop-off experience. With one click, we can quickly choose the package that is best suited to us. Now, I had the pleasure of meeting two of the brothers who help run Golden Tours at an event at a conference, and we were swapping stories, and they are whip-smart business folks. Another side benefit that they mentioned to me was when you are working with online travel agents, folks like Viator and Get Your Guide, those companies especially love it if you can create VIP or unique experiences that aren't offered to any of the competitor OTAs. So they very cleverly created a number of packages that were exclusive to Viator, for example. And they said, look, we are not even going to sell this on our own website. In exchange, we're asking for a marketing boost. We're asking that you put some extra effort into moving seats, getting tickets sold for this experience. So with packages, there are some very creative advantages, especially if you are selling through online travel agents and want to work with them to create exclusive products. The last example of brilliant packaging I want to share with you comes from one of our own members in the Guest Focus coaching program. Elizabeth Bean and her partner run the Jaguar's Jungle, a beautiful Ecolodge. And when they joined our program, they were really struggling to sell more tours and activities. Yes, they provided the accommodation, but the real draw was, of course, getting out into the incredible national parks in their backyard and having all kinds of tours, activities, and experiences on offer. But they were really struggling to sell on site or have upsells. And that's when they worked with their Guest Focus coach to create packages. Let's take a look. So when the Jaguar's Jungle first joined the program, they were mainly focused on rooms, and then the tours were essentially the attractant, right? The reasons to come down and stay. But with their coach, Yaron, they started putting together themed packages, i.e. complimentary tours and experiences based on different interests. So let's have a look at a couple of these packages. Here in the Jungle and Ocean Explorer package, they included 3 nights accommodation at the lodge, as well as 3 tours and experiences, a night hike, the Corcovado National Park day tour, and a Cano Island snorkeling tour, combining the best of the jungle and the seas. They also started offering the Wave Wanderer package with more of a nautical theme. 4 nights at the lodge, all meals included, and 4 tours and unique experiences based around the waters. Some sunset sea kayaking, island snorkeling tour, the Corcovado National Park day tour, and some sunset fishing. Well, what was the result? Elizabeth reported back to us that after just half a year, they saw a 34% increase in tour and activity sales. This was a massive breakthrough for her and her partner, who had been struggling for years to increase the sales revenue of their tours and activities. They were struggling to come up with creative ways to upsell people once they had arrived, or really try and find creative ways to get them to pre-book after they had booked their accommodation. With this bundling and packaging strategy, they were able to not only increase their revenue, but here's the thing, many of those tours, activities, and experiences were still running at the lodge. They were just running a small number of guests. This 34% increase in revenue was very closely tied to an increase in profit for their tour activity Ecolodge. Pretty amazing stuff. But I also want to give you some straight talk here right now. Quite candidly, one of the big problems or big mistakes that we see tour business owners making is that they already have too many different tours, activities, and experiences. We often get caught up in the mistaken belief that the more products that we have, the more we're going to sell. And this 9 times out of 10 isn't the case for growing small to medium-sized tour businesses. I can't tell you the number of tour operators that we've helped build 6-figure and 7-figure tour businesses based around just 1 or 2 tours. So I don't want you to rush in and start creating a wide variety of additional products and services if you don't yet have product market fit with your core offer. The right way to do this, if you already have a wide variety of products and services, is focus in on the ones that are the best sellers. Focus in on the ones that are maybe most profitable for your tour and activity business, and trim or cut those other menu items and save them for a later date. Once you have a core offer that is selling well, matched with an ideal target guest, the right next product to create is something you can bundle with the first one. So don't try and serve additional ideal target guests. Come up with something that you can bundle with that first product that is complementary in some of the ways that we shared here today. And of course, we have to be mindful of some of the complexity that comes with bundling multiple tours, activities, and experiences together. We have to have clear policies and procedures if there are cancellations, refunds, to avoid guest frustrations or operational snafus. Of course, having a booking software or a technology that's going to help you very easily create these bundles is going to save you a lot of headache. So there you have it, another profit boosting tip that you can implement in your tour business today to increase that average order value, increase your total sales, and keep those tours full. If you can identify compelling bundles that resonate with your ideal target guests, you can really have a best-selling package that can skyrocket your revenue. Now, if you'd like some help with this, if you'd like a second set of eyes on what you're up to, we'd love to help. You can check out our offer for a free 45-minute strategy call over at guestfocus.com/book a call. We can give our opinions on what you're up to and maybe brainstorm with you some compelling ideas for packages and bundles. Look, before you go, do me a favor. Down in the comments, let me know, have you done any bundling thus far? What has been your most successful package? And if you haven't, let's set aside some time to look at what packages you might be able to create. Also, if you got to like, subscribe, you're going to catch our next videos coming soon on how to boost profit in your tour business. If you got a friend or a colleague in the industry that might benefit from this amazing series, then let's get it over to them. Thank you so much for being here. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.